Megana for say umuade.
Sure.
Oni nswade.
Sure.
Nanda poko jina stage swa.
Sure.
Wo adie bi te se wo.
Sure.
Wo. He. Napo. Wo.
Hey.
Wo. Hey. Ah, ewurade Nyankopon.
The Akufo-Addo retirement. But to be sacked, we say a free say Ghana from 1957. Ebekane, yenya president bi awabua Ghana China na do da Kuffour. Me say a free 1957. Bekane, mo form Kwame Nkrumah no, mo form Obia di wa abedi mampanya. Wa bo Ghana ho ban, e di Ghana kona nim China na do da Akufo-Addo.
My brother, my sister, Napo is not a wise man. He is not a smart politician. He has disgraced the Otumfuo.
I don't quite the president waba if you're watching a common madam. If you're watching a common day, if you're singing actually come no, not Ghana one day, Adriane.
Nene, so on any you. So on any you. One any you. Now when you tell me, one any the sa.
Look, in the class of Kwame Nkrumah, Nana Akufo-Addo is a villain with no achievement. It hurts.
Nama yenene namno, ye dada no. Na baby, MP before, yeah dear, be a free same, ain't me bedi animda.
And I said, Napo, Wajimi ya, and Kobe who said, the whole world in Ghana, the whole world may Kwame Nkrumah say, or ye Africa's man of the millennium. You can millennium 1,000 years, the greatest African for 1,000 years now, but what Jimmy to the sense to say, politics make it so who 1 + 1? Then people for say a tray, on country, so country.
Yemo Joma wakwa about the body Godson TV Global. Adia sounds was someone sign because on some niggas were trendy. Me am name Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempe. Name Doctor. Or Opoku na me do Opoku nti sana. Ohumi obo memrane is a name. Ezumisi name. Na name na. Se de name ho asem aba. Na name ho asem aba na akofa wo yune because na akoye ni jesem na eba afa ne opportunity awanya says NPP amanyoku Dr. Bawumia be president or be vice. Na obekaya how akumzi monsen na honorable Ghana Agyapong bo ne din say nipa ba ko pa Muyinas NPP running mate and answer Dr. Bawumia running mate. Mate me agina simple so campaign amana ye Napo. Because Napo honorable Ken on any fine. They are going to say Honorable Ken decided say on your running mate Dr. Bawumia no Napo be nya chance on also ni choose no pen common war grounds and on matiase. Na no na come ya koye sense man e bas oh me name Honorable Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempe ebizi omu ade o ya antan o ye say re ensema na e kokoso a ana communicators ni bi kra be yes oh that be your time no a very principle just say onu adwuma there is no way obetimi ayesene ope though he's very altruistic but aside say oye no se ba na adwuma or very serious and untumi mfa bibia e manipulate na adwuma oye ndie no ene krofo hwe no mu se oh ene nsem keka kwa na no mu asem ye onya arrogant onye sei Jubilee Park na nre ya oyi na chere na kontase me do NPP amanyuko me kansem e free say ya jefa ahode be si ne omampani bia ni ho a waya dwuma asene Nana do Danko Akufo-Addo. The one over stage na no be tiara na say jai Matthew jai Kuffour kan ho Kuffour kan ho Kuffour wanfi no say including Kwame Nkrumah no say jai na be obey Napo first speech odi be go position Napo jai to me crime TV no me hem shim see name ini Obron se misuye ya na Nkrumah so mu because honorable Kennedy Agyapong omo munim no pa ben no pa nim say one President Kuffour to say former President Kuffour one net to say nti so say Kuffour anya hwe na mi twadua mi kukurumponi na se abeso a ye the grounds na kire say Kennedy Agyapong edwa lai wa pai lai abo ana na do zube so mu no say mo ana mo ke kan say yen NPP for ye betwi Bawumia condemn na nya de say be man position bi ana de be yen kwase adwuma no ya anya ne sa isan say mo ke kan say me na do Danko Akufo-Addo me ne ma ba ne me NPP yembese otani ebedi anim nanso ya kire mo se otani di NPP anim oyeye na do Danko Akufo-Addo me na me ka say victory for Bawumia and Napo okan ni nyina mote ndikwam bia so Dr. Matthew Obogu Prempe me am name one Dr. Bawumia ombe G2 me no I Captain Smart say, hey, who's a smart? I wasn't about to former President Kuffour. Just who is here, you know, and a smart and send a Kwame Nkrumah and some ideologies in this anime and ye. Them. Lawyer not to Munina Becasa. Then some dear Mamma we do. Mean to Minga. Do the Munko Tieni Black Rasta say hi. It is the Godson's reaction on the Godson TV. Please do well with all humility to subscribe and share. Jene Imarek Travel Consult. Afi Dr. Nimoniwa Scientific Hospital. Edam was here in rain. Thank you. Big Sammy. And a watch run a dream. Urako or bury a shift call. Samia Benumre. Chinamuto Sadia, but the ghost and to me one night. 7 tall one neighbor. Edam was here. Thank you.
Anything is possible this morning. And then me want some and then me bomb more dame my catch the Yehovah Nyankopon. And I have appealed to the Nanum and the gods of the land to hold my heart so I can be very, very, very decorous. Otherwise, it will be worse this morning, ever. And I am ready for any nonsense. I am ready to go to jail for 100 years. Na me tia say ya to abama moi ya to ababenipa. Hey, Nanado Okasa fine. Whatever he said, at the latter part of his conversation, he was not making sense. But that is not a problem. If I had to grade making sense, I'll give Akufo-Addo 85% over 100. I'll give Wontumi -100 over 100. I'll give Bawumia 1 over 100. I'll give Napo -6 million over whatever figure you want to quote. And I'll give Kennedy Agyapong 95% over 100. If you're a politician, you would know that Ken, when you neho say, okodi Bawumia enti obia ya kachira was say, sheye, the Ghana force umuade, when in swade, Nanda poko jina stage swa. Wo adie bi te se wo. Wo. He. Napo. He. Wo. Wo. Ewurade Nyankopon. Napo kachi Akufo-Addo say Kwame Nkrumah odi president 14 ba bia wo ka mu da.
Mayana manye.
Napo, we share our president now. We suba phone out with that idea now. I will come say about the side of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Catch the woo president and say. Kwame Nkrumah, when Kumini Yiribia Tuntum and Wari Obako. Kwame Nkrumah, one more baby to go Abrosas Wenkuno. I was staircase so. So Bani Tuntum, Job Obako. Kwame Nkrumah, one yebida. Wow, what's ya say? What's ya say? So when you be at that case, and maybe I won't be able to do so. Won't Boadia and Ferradia Sradia and Yen Kwame Nkrumah. So what's Jaro?
The battle has ended.
Kwame Nkrumah.
Fellow Ghanaians.
Napo, one podam. Napo, one podam. Kwame Nkrumah. Now, who are dear me to say, which we can some Monkofa Kwame Nkrumah Namra. What's so fast out? La ila illallah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
They are sick people.
Nanado is the president of the republic.
Fellow Ghanaians.
So I have to be decorous.
Someone here and someone here.
Nanso Kwame Nkrumah Johnson a yehwegu kurabem kotwagu. Eso won fast watching Nanado expensive perfume. Kwame Nkrumah na EgyaDam.
The battle.
Ehu akono efe. Chemu MPP funa mudi Jubilee House ho. Onim nyansa. Me do nyame. Me nim nyansa chen Napo. Me wadwen chen Napo. Napo is a political imbecile.
Smart.
I am telling you, Napo is a political imbecile. I am not saying he's an imbecile. But when it comes to politics, Napo is a political imbecile. Napo is a political imbecile.
He is smart.
Adia ye me yan say, wa man Ghana for be dio tum for tem and ra. Me mame, ye friend Agnes Bichem. Me mame papa ye friend Kwaku Bichem. Me mame ye friend Efuanso. Napo mame ye friend say. How can you be a vice presidential candidate without letting us know the mother, the womb that brought you into this world? Me mame ye friend Agi. Enye me na mechre toa ene awutwa ye wura asante hene frim meti hoyi me yakwada afia bi wura wadawru mebru wadawru menyado eni die kwan so ko be asante kotokon hene enye me a mete ayi ena mechre boja kokwa ade oba asase so na so ye nim say ye wura maame ye fe na fia ko bi anamwa Napo maame ye friend say
okotoku se damna obi a onye
Ghana ni ontumi ndo Ghana obi a onye Ghana ni wanye careful awo na wo kan semitia osaje for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah ye be kire wase sabe eburu sabe enyado onua na se nya de aba na de asia na kakra ntimi di ohinanim ye de asia ni de aba kra so ntimi di ohinanim epo wo wabra mahene ni achiame edi animu aban we aye tantantan nyina afri se Akufo-Addo ne ye kire se ochiri Kwame Nkrumah nipa bi ani asase so obetan Kwame Nkrumah obedi ye benya nunyam da eno Napo ohuhuri te se okra
Captain Smart, the king of morning show.
Jena no poku agimaya ono oba politics no ye ni say me wa ba nunyam chen wo awo na wo se so ye de hye no me meka no kura me wo hia me a wo pa tame wo pa me to was ano am a walking sacrifice o
Tiutas ewurade nyo obi na akumantwi obosi akọ na ode ne ho age akyerema
anti chesa na posa wo to na say ya mpasa you don't respect Kuffour oh now you have confirmed eti nipa na okatra me say wo kwatra cantonment ka say Kuffour oba ya no den ya no timbe ye na te say dem penifo bi ka say ye rotten cassava no magiadi
to refer to Nkrumah as your Nkrumah, a most derogatory reference. Your Nkrumah, Monkrumah.
Off the cuff.
What? I couldn't believe it. And Randy, look at the person who is attempting to denigrate Nkrumah. Unbelievable. You haven't gotten anywhere. You've just been nominated as running mate. You haven't reached anywhere. And your claim to fame is that you implemented the free SHS program. Go and look at the educational program which was initiated by Nkrumah. In 3 years, enrollment into secondary schools went up by about 10,000%.
During his time.
During his time. And yet you can mount a platform and refer to him as your Nkrumah and so on. I mean, I was totally shocked. Now, at that time, I went back and I reminded myself of the advice that the Asantehene had given him. You know, and his actions were directly opposite.
You need to open your ears and listen with rapt attention. It says, not even Kwame Nkrumah, not even your Kwame Nkrumah developed Ghana like Akufo-Addo. Listen again. Not even your Kwame Nkrumah developed Ghana like Akufo-Addo. And this is Napo talking. I read. Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, the new patriotic party's running mate for the 2024 general elections, has lauded the government of President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo as superior in Ghana's 67 years of independence. I take it again. Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, the new patriotic party's running mate for the 2024 general elections, has lauded the government of President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo as superior in Ghana's 67 years of independence. Now, addressing a gathering of party midweeks and supporters on Tuesday, June 9, 2024, for his official unveiling in Kumasi, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh emphasized that not even Ghana's first president, Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, comes close to President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo when it comes to spearheading development in the country's history. It has never happened in the history of Ghana. If President Akufo-Addo retires, I can hit my chest and state that since the nation's inception in 1957, there has not been a president who has helped the state more than Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. I'm saying that from 1957 to now, whether you pick your Kwame Nkrumah, there is nobody who has led Ghana and protected the country or developed Ghana more than Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, he stated. The Hausa people have a saying, and I truly want to, in fact, reiterate it. They say, Wawanchibe da magani. Foolishness has no medicine. Sebi o. Yasi wuni nyansa drop bia niwa ebetuma sawyare. I am so angry. And you can feel it. My brother, this is not the first time Napo has tried to denigrate Kwame Nkrumah. This is not the first time this dirty party in power has tried to denigrate Kwame Nkrumah. Right from trying to make Kwame Nkrumah look like a villain in our school textbooks, all the way down to trying to desecrate the grave of Kwame Nkrumah right here in Ghana. My brother, my sister, they have worked tooth and nail to uproot the heritage and legacy of Kwame Nkrumah from our history, but it never worked. My brother, my sister, and it didn't start now. From the days in memorial, when Kwame Nkrumah decided to give us free education, it was the Bawumia government that came in and stopped this. My brother, my sister, I can go deeper into this. I need you to come along. Napo, some time ago, said that when it comes to education, Nana Akufo-Addo has done better than Kwame Nkrumah. I came vehemently against this. Now he has taken it an inch further. Not only education, but development in general. Kwame Nkrumah does not come close to Nana Akufo-Addo. Look, in the class of Kwame Nkrumah, Nana Akufo-Addo is a villain with no achievement. It hurts. A man who gave us independence, single-handedly fought the British. My brother, my sister, when he was being fought left, right, and center by the so-called bourgeoisies, forming a club known as the UGCC. My brother, my sister, Napo is not a wise man. He is not a smart politician. He has disgraced the Otumfuo. Otumfuo just said, "This is my son. He is not arrogant. I raised him right here in our palace at Manshia." People say that he doesn't respect, but it is not true. He respects. He's a man of dignity. But the wise Otumfuo went further to say, mind you, you do not live by the words of the people that you are truly arrogant. You are not arrogant, but people say you are arrogant. Mind you that you do not behave arrogant, so that they will say, say you can. A journalist a few days ago said that Napo is just one utterance away from destroying the whole of the NPP, and it has happened. When he started talking about Kwame Nkrumah, the face of Bawumia went sullen. He grew a long face like the lake Mississippi, river Mississippi. My brother, my sister, almost all well-meaning people at the gathering had X on their faces. Napo is not wise. If you want to win an election in Ghana, you don't play with Kwame Nkrumah. If you want the international world to regard you and love you, you don't play with Kwame Nkrumah. But when politicians are stupid and have no common sense, this is when they play with the legacy of such a great man. There is no way they can ever uproot the heritage of Kwame Nkrumah. Hey, look, it will take the whole world plus the angels of God to be able to try to eliminate the heritage of Kwame Nkrumah. God will not even permit it. Not one crestfallen politician, a wannabe. I am so hurt, my brother, my sister. When we all said the guy was arrogant, we saw him bowing down before Bawumia for full respect. Today, my brother, my sister, he has proven to the whole world that this is a no good guy, that his common sense is very, very common. And at the same time, my brother, my sister, it's a disgrace to people who call themselves doctors. My brother, my sister, your Kwame Nkrumah gave us independence. Nana Akufo-Addo took us back into slavery. Can you compare the two? Today, my brother, my sister, we are running left, right, and center to the IMF and the World Bank, begging. Our birthright has been sold. No respect for our heritage and our ancestry. Can you compare such a villain to a hero like Kwame Nkrumah? Oh, what cheap politics. I am so hurt, my brother. Kwame Nkrumah took money from his own pocket and built the very first school in the world that was called Ghana. Right there in Cape Coast. Nana Akufo-Addo is busily taking salary of the president and employing family and friends left, right, and center, inundating our courthouses with his own hand-picked lawyers and judges. Such a villain can never be compared to Kwame Nkrumah. Kwame Nkrumah built factories all over the place. One district, one factory is a farce. When people come into Ghana, it is Kwame Nkrumah who lead them here. Did you want to hear that again? I said, when people come to Ghana, it is Kwame Nkrumah who leads them here. When people hear about Kwame Nkrumah, the next thing they hear about is Ghana. Kwame Nkrumah is bigger than Ghana. Listen, when we put pressure on them to fix the Kwame Nkrumah mausoleum, when they finally did it, it became the biggest tourist attraction, not the sword of Akufo-Addo. The Kwame Nkrumah Museum became the biggest, not the seat of anybody. My brother, my sister, I am so ashamed as a Ghanaian that Napo is also a Ghanaian. There are some Ghanaians who make you feel un-Ghanaian. They make you feel so crestfallen and so sick. This guy too wants to lead Ghana. Wallahi, if they win power, I will never be in this country. I will never sit down for ingrates like this to ever rule me. It's not possible. We were grappling with Bawumia's lies. All of a sudden, you have come in with arrogance to the umpteenth level. Your Kwame Nkrumah, this guy is a fool. I'll leave it here. My brother, my sister, next thing I want to look at away from this, and I need you to come along, is very, very important. Hey, things are happening. This one is something that is most important. Please come along. Also from Ghana Web. He says, Mahama is not coming to power today. He is not coming to power tomorrow. And Akufo-Addo is the one speaking. I read. President Akufo-Addo has urged Ghanaians not to vote for the flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress, the NDC, former President John Dramani Mahama, in the upcoming December 7, 2024 elections. Speaking at the unveiling of the vice presidential candidate of his party, the New Patriotic Party, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh in Kumasi on Tuesday, July 9, 2024, Akufo-Addo stated that Mahama is not only president in the Fourth Republic, is the only president in the Fourth Republic who has been ousted from the government after only one term in office. He asserted that Mahama was removed from the government because of his poor performance and should never be allowed back into office again. Let us remember one thing. The person we are contesting against, the leader of the NDC since the inception of the Fourth Republic in 1992, General Rawlings, was president for 2 successive terms. John Agyapong Kuffour, 2 successive terms. Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, 2 successive terms. He, Mahama, is the only person who got 1 term. And he is the same person saying that we should make him president again. The president said in Chi. He added, someone we removed from power without any effort now wants us to bring him back to the presidency. It is not going to happen. We are not taking him back today. We are not taking him back tomorrow, he said. Well, it makes sense, doesn't it? But let us go back a little bit into history. Nana Akufo-Addo got rejected 3 solid times before he became president, right? Is that correct? Yes. First time they booted him out and said, hey, you are not good. His party brought him back. Hey, we kicked him up again. No, we don't want him. It's not good. 3rd time, kicked him out. Before Ghanaians decided to give him a chance because he begged and cried for power. He told us he was too old to steal. Today, the Guinness Records book has proven to us that there are old men who are thieves. My brother, he told us that in other words, He has led his life and lived his life already. And therefore, he's only here to help us. He begged for us to do it. Unprecedentedly. Like in the case of Mahama. If he becomes president again, it's going to be unprecedented. Unprecedentedly at the time. Nana Akufo-Addo became the oldest man we ever voted into the presidency. Because we wanted to go into the books of history. And when he came, he was full of rhetoric. We were warned of his arrogance right from the start. Remember when WikiLeaks, remember, told us that he was a very arrogant man who did not look good in African print and wear? Do you remember? Nana Akufo-Addo came and told us that no, he was not arrogant, that he was okay. He played to the gallery. But they say, Subain, etiseng, whatever you will do, ebepue. Nana Akufo-Addo, my brother, my sister, played to the gallery. He played in the circus like a clown. Today, he has had his second tenure coming to an end. Now his real character is coming to bear. Shouting at chiefs, some older than him, to stand up and greet him because he is the Almighty, the Alpha and the Omega. When he wanted power, he never tried that. In his first tenure, he never tried that. But today, he has had his second tenure coming to an end. He can dare shout at people older than him to stand up and greet him because he is the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. Yes, the Yeshua of Ghanaian politics. Today, this is the man who is telling us that somebody had his 10, he came and did not do well, and we removed him, and therefore, for that matter, we should unprecedentedly never allow him back. Well, my brother, my sister, I don't believe and trust politicians. They all seem to be playing to the gallery and telling us a lot of lies. But the facts are there and they are so clear that Nana Akufo-Addo is so arrogant. Napo is more arrogant. You cannot slap the arrogant tag on Bawumia because we haven't seen that. But the lying continues to go on and on and on and on. He is a pathological liar. A man who was a PhD in noise making and lie telling. He should be doing liathon. My brother, my sister, these are the people who are going to rule us. If I want advice, I won't go to Nana Akufo-Addo. They say if you want wisdom, go to the old men. But trust me, there are some foolish young men who have grown into old men, and the foolishness has only increased. In fact, it has even become more toxic because the older the wine, the stronger. We will never go to such people for any advice. I will not go to Bawumia for advice. I will never go to Napo for advice. Such arrogance. As for Nana Akufo-Addo, you are the biggest scammer. Worse than all the scammers this country has seen. From Akablemeza all the way through Chef Smith. And the rest of them. You are the worst scammer. They say Nam1 is a scammer. Nana Akufo-Addo is a greater ancestor of Nam1. He scammed us when he told us he was too old to steal. Today, they are running a government that is called kleptocracy. A government of thieves. I am ashamed of you. I leave it here. And to Mahama, all these negative fingers pointing at you is just for you to be able to prove people wrong. People are speculating that you are sick, like your predecessor at the mills. I would prefer a sick Mahama to a lying Bawumia. I would prefer a sick Mahama to an arrogant Napo. That the Gombes have a saying, and I'll close with that on this. They say, it means it's not everyone that is sick that dies. Sometimes a man is in your house very sick. Also, you see younger people dying, and he's still alive. My brother, my sister, to God be the glory. Another thing I would like to look at, and I need you to come. I'm going all the way to Manshia Palace. Oh my God. I'm going to close with this. I'm not going to talk for more than 2 minutes on this. And it says, I can testify that the Napo I trained is not arrogant. And this is Otumfuo saying that. Oh my God. Oh my God. So Otumfuo trained Napo. Yeah. Jesus have mercy. Should I talk? Should I keep quiet? Should I talk? Should I keep quiet? Oh my God. They say, show me your friend and I will show you your character. They say, birds of the same feathers flock together. If Otumfuo himself has come out to say that he was the one who trained Napo, then I wonder what kind of training Napo had. I am sad, my brother. Probably at the time that Otumfuo trained Napo, he trained him as a good guy. But when he passed him out to go ahead with his life, he became something else. Sometimes you have a good teacher, but you make a bad student. My brother, my sister, if this is the kind of training Napo had from Otumfuo, I wonder how many more Napos are coming from Manshia. Should I say it again? If Napo was trained by Otumfuo as he himself told us, I wonder how many more Napos are coming out of Manshia. I love our tradition, love our chiefs and kings as much as possible. Please, let us distance ourselves miles and miles to the umpteenth time, far away from party partisanship. Please, with all respect. Look, even the professor who taught Napo at the medical school is ashamed to say that this was my student. Do you know there are some students that teachers are ashamed to say, where am I? Where am I bow? Hey, I remember when I was in Kumasi attending Tiamade Secondary School. We went out there, and one of the teachers, his son had taken to drugs and had gone crazy. One day he came into the campus. Listen to this story. And started breaking cars. Hey, why you? The police was called in. 2 policemen came in, arrested this man. When the headmaster came out, he said, now where's you offering? And the teacher was standing next to the headmaster. He looked at him. Now where's you offering? In fact, it was a rhetorical question. But the teacher, whose son was the mad boy breaking glasses, he couldn't own up to say that, oye mi bao, mi ba na boda my fiancé no. He was ashamed of his own son. Sometimes we have to be ashamed of our own children to teach them a lesson that they have deviated from the truth. I leave it here.
Into a flying fear will be. Baby now I am patch on free walk. No free horse crank and yam share will be a you brought in the corner where you are a Biophidian and Hameba Kumpo. Nanya make us so living answer what Jimmy no person responded to me. And they said, anytime a day, planted the bell with anything. Tell me Kwame Nkrumah, a creative National House of Chiefs, and the Kwame Nkrumah Casa Santin a song. Sure, no Kwame Nkrumah Yans the many know. On this Santin is saying, or he be our Ghana. Genius Santin or Fruka, a bank crime, Noba House of Chiefs meeting Waha. Ain't you know what the National House of Chiefs headquarters in the Bebe Kumasi. Kumasi is one found Kwasa from one found Kwadu. Was here I said, about 2 4 feet, while 2 in Naya, no, see what, ain't in the best in the National House of Chiefs. Omo headquarters, Ewa Asante Memoye Kumasi. And so what was here, Namsa Sante, so what, no by training, you know. I am for what Ghana in there, so Mushanasi. Until the 70s, Domahini at the Mambadu the first. And you were changing Kuntum Kununku. And yet, I'm saying Kuntum Kununku. No Mukambo be a coup. No Mukas a ye a inferior. Your friend is saying, Asante India will take it. Beside him for Mishia, or maybe a dinner was until that time. Now, Nkrumah, the Wayadi towards Asante, Hine, life president of National Health Institute, Shia, Asante, Hine, life president. And I said, Napo, Wejimia, and Kobe who said, the whole world in Ghana, the whole world in the Kwame Nkrumah said, or ye Africa's man of the millennium. You come millennium 1,000 years, the greatest African for 1,000 years now, but think on a Kwame Nkrumah. And he said, no, the Nyansa. What Jimmy to the sense to say politics make so who 1 + 1 then people for say a tray on country so country because politics and na akatani nti amani nyansa ne na dwini na dane akwala ya wo no protect enya sadia nko ba hu say ye obi so ye the greatest black person for 1,000 years. Nanka what be such a TNT ye ni sa na so hu say e na mamu ntira because Lipano no nya UN Secretary General to say Kofi Annan and no one businessman that is Sam Jonah or your president of a certain country called Ghana. It is a president of Ghana me say or you're the greatest African of the past 1,000 years. Let's just say a na mamu ntira. If you say no, yeah, or Memuni, a president, send a weekend, no, your footballer to Sabe the Kelly, or your memoir of the Buya, and to say, yes, I deal with at the end of the year 2000, the whole world in a year, but the year 2000, now Napoya won a dada Wako school every year or so one thing, and as Santina won another Matimensiana, yet to kill war on, wouldn't say, National House of Chiefs, a Kamensia Palace, just across the road, and so would Kuffour Hospital also with him, who be a medical doctor, and a KNUST, what was one of the biggest universities in Africa, was with him. And you want me to get Jimmy the way Jimmy. Maybe whatever. Country was remember the greatest footballer in the world, Opawia. Now we find some way a branch here, which now will answer Liberia. Now we feel Liberia, and one out, now we win him at the way. Then you mean waiting. I see a proud quarter border. And one we send some market and make car. Woman Kwame Nkrumah, I hear what baby or Maka Santimamu the Nkwa. And you say free education and then Raoka, and once a Kuffour-Addo can once and say, well, yes, free education or day, and you quato a one. Napo call. Ministry of Education. Now, for you and go with the creative first free education work on hand. I Kwame Nkrumah. Into a young folker.
Lawyer.
That day now you didn't see a Konyasono. Were offending more than half of the FM.
Edino FM 89.7.
2/3 of them at the Kwame Nkrumah. As the Kwame Nkrumah Yaniaba. Get to Kuffour and to Wallace and to Kuffour and come win election for the next 1,000 years. It is a say now, young Fawood do baby. Now, we shall see so baby when you'll be a dinner. Never can confuse a Mahama as a dinner. because one na one na ba call akansi ene me ya wana chefunton ya na ukokodi obi a wawu since 1972 awu akonya na obi ya one one kan okoni bed one kan wo okoni bed one na ukokodi na na wudi na tem wie no say what MPP for vote no so kase pa say western region for the central ahafo hono a mujina na ya Kwame Nkrumah ka hafo enya ba bi jinai Kwame Nkrumah nyo no ka hafo nya ba na ye western Ashanti West made up of Bono ene ahafo ana Asante fo no esisi wo
Kumasi fo ma ho se mani ache papa ni jedia ni jedia kase ema MPP amanyoku na mo me aka de ba ko onipa yene ne esi akan NDC for penny no free bra yes access here to aba Fourth Republic 1992 Jerry Rawlings Yamano Kwame ofuro Konyano in premier no John Agyapong Kuffour Yamano Kwame Emma ofuro Konyano in premier no Nana Akufo-Addo Yamano Kwame Emma ofuro Konyano in premier no President Bako Penny Enyano Ogana ha ono ya ma no kwan anfro Akufo-Addo e premier no bako pe no no na all pray se ya ma no kwan odi pa ya mpre se mo ako afi de ba be fa wako ya mfa ne konne emfa no kotra emfa no konne emfa no kotra okasa te se yeni no o bi fofura oba ya hu ni sawo adumada na ne tini aka se onsi form ye no adwuma no on to me ye emye nya ho fa so afi ne ka ko fa na ba bi o ready ye raba Mahama ko jina baby MPP for ye there obi o free same entimi be di anim da na nama ye ne nam no ye dada no edubre na ehia no a ye fa ma no because ye there on tisami ana edubo ina na Kuffour a ye mafre nene so na ni awu wona ni awu na wenu tabia wona ni be wu sa ye ba ye bibia ye sie tumi ye mo ta se won we bia ba opanyin afria se chese de bai wa bo hu achinye aka bibia enje wo ho no na oka nansa eso wa hu se Ghana fo asomu ekwan bi eni ho a obetumi asesa Ghana fo adwe wo ho o se enne ono ene de bai what we be that hey ampa obayi o se ye wo refie wo ye ho Ghana fo na mo we se ne NDC panyi o se ono NODS and free senior high school e bai na fi aden wa boy achi wo ho saa o se 2 billion cedis wo a ono 2 billion cedis a enye free education no de be ya bi papa bi wo sensa o ba be na se ne de wo hu sampa free SHS no ehia Ghana fo a onka se offer me bo ma me the year offer me bo ma me no ka se na da who give them ye father no bo ma me and this in penyon for no say ye ntiase say me say me to me jam echi e ma ho na Kuffour won ntimi ho echi ye bibia me ye betumi adima echi aja ho only pa be betu we konwa no so afi na me ba be mpo no ba be sira konwa no so emba so kira wait the next president of the Republic of Ghana good morning
Bawumia you the count of man na post you be the debate
ye kwe ni mana say ye kwe echi because election is a choice between former President John Mahama and the current flag bearer and Vice President Dr. Bawumia. That is the choice. A choice between the future and the past. the past president when onwedi president pen and he failed. Me a vice president. Minyendi president. But Obieji to me say, me, I am the most effective vice president in the history of Ghana. Obia ejitum, NDC for omujitum. Unyek vice president sa omoba Ghana have from independence. Unya vice president we Juma asin Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. 2024 election. It's about going forward or going backwards. The future or the past. Whether we want digital transformation or Nkuko.
Chobayi. MPP, oh say yeah. Yeah. Today is a very special and important day for the new patriotic party. 60 years ago, then His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo choose Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as his running mate. 60 years today, the same history is going to introduce in this park. Choboy, let me tell you something. We know how to win the elections. Tell the NDC people that now MPP, we have finished from polling station, electoral area coordinators, constituency, region, national, MPs, presidential, and now it's the running mate. We have finished every internal elections in the MPP. Now, what is left is winning 2024 elections. They can't stop it. They can't stop us. 208, they delay us. 208, they delay us. 2024 election, NDC, you cannot stop us. You cannot stop us. You cannot stop us. We are winning. We are winning. It is possible. Tell the NDC people, we have 1 million ways to win 2024 elections. We have 1 million ways to win 2024 elections. Sakramasi wampanido mpea. Nanchirese ejiramuwa mefanko. Na niyame kachire asantimani se. Mapre. Ene munsaka muamudishye. Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempe. Enti yem free Central region. Ana Eastern region, ana Volta region, ana Hafuni Ebuno, Emeka Nchira se Saudishie, enene ya yiru as vice president kokotua bamano. If you say one kasa unim adia eye, and Benfo say adi enudi na adinso ewo fia eyedan emra mi be Kumasi no. Na ebinom bu afu mesre machitafo some free party mu nko ade mentimi nkasa party ni yade a menkobi ana menkasa media meka no kra kira mo alternative no enyade a ebeboa me no mienu